There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I know. Hi, welcome everyone, beautiful, beautiful people, to your reading. I'm going to do a reading for you, and it feels very, very exciting. So I'd like to invite the spirit in, the angels and guides, only the highest form of love, light, and intelligence in this reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's see what we get. Okay, I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Oh my goodness. And it reads, no one created by God can find joy in anything except the eternal, not because he's deprived of anything else, but because nothing else is worthy of him. This is a lesson in worthiness. This is what we're coming into. Right now, there's no more efforting anymore. This is the season of releasing efforting, of surrendering, and of letting go. This is the season in our lives that we learn how to receive God's love for us. And that includes worthiness, because many, many, many of us don't believe that we are worthy because it's an identity problem. It's just simply an identity problem. So this is a really helpful statement to say, I choose the joy of God instead of pain. I'm drinking Coke. My dad suggested it because I was kind of dizzy after the surgery, and I love it. I'm going to be addicted to Coke for 1 week and then I'll let it go. But it's so fuzzy and sugary and caffeine-y, and so I'm having a Coke. So yes, this is the season of surrender and letting go. We're going to pull some cards. I have meditated and prayed, and I feel a lot of love and joy welling up within me, gratitude. So along with that, allowance, just allowing is just cultivating the feeling of gratitude within our own hearts. It's going to be a very important. I was just speaking to a friend earlier today, like there may be a time when we don't have internet for a long time. So we're going to have to learn how to find that music or those, talks that inspire us. We're going to have to find it within our own hearts. All right, let's see what we get. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Yes, I do. That's a song right there. Okay, so we get the Two of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So this is going to be about the form world, the symbols, this, and the mind, because we have the Knight of Swords, messages, clarity, incoming quickly, the world. Are you in your new beginning yet? I'm in mine. 1, 2, 3. It is a time of endings and beginnings. There really are no endings, just beginnings. And the Fool, here we go. New world and off on a new adventure. That's what we're doing, y'all. That's all we're doing. And the Lovers, hello. So this is your energy. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Just love. So, I was listening to Lisa Cairns the other day, whom I absolutely love. She's just got this energy. She had an awakening experience as a teenager and lost both her parents in a car accident. But she used to just sit in, anywhere she could be alone and listen to love songs and imagine herself being cradled and loved by another person. And so later in life, she was able to cultivate that on her own. And it actually caused problems in her relationships because she didn't need anybody to feel love. And that's what we're being asked to do right now. That's why there's, a need to start practicing letting go of being, finding your feel goods online and, just being able to go within in the stillness of love and light to find that love. But your energy is that you're being gifted and graced with love. It's going to come in all different forms, but if you haven't practiced with this, I want you to do it. If you want to fall in love and be in love, well, cultivate the feeling of love, even if it means, cuddling a puppy or a kitten, or like Lisa, she's a friend of mine, I would say, would cuddle and imagine yourself being, I mean, my mom used to tell me, imagine Jesus, arms around me. And I do that now, but it doesn't have to be Jesus. It can be a friend or even a lover, but it can also be just sitting there. I've been practicing with it, and there's just forgiveness across the board because of the love that I'm cultivating within my heart. It's a real practice, and it's a gift to yourself. And I feel like the angels are here surrounding you, helping you, because it's not always easy to find love in your heart when you're struggling through lessons and there's fear. But I feel like this is your energy, so you are coming into the feeling of love if you're not in it already. And I mean, it's very likely that it could be a partner, it could be a love partner, it could be a romantic relationship, actually. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely can be. So that is your energy. And I think I want to clarify some of these cards, because there seems to be the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles side by side is telling me that something is changing within. Let's just go for it without clarifiers, actually, since I have it out. I see there's light around these cards. So you have called in your guides, angels, God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, to help you with the feeling of abundance. Just feeling like, it doesn't have to necessarily be cash, but the prayer is that you can feel rich no matter what you're doing, rich in family, friends, love, really enjoying the luxuries of life. Like, just being in nature, enjoying a good meal, walking through the forest, swimming in the water, in the ocean, or taking a bubble bath. Are you doing that? Because if not, it's time. It's time for you to cook yourself the most wonderful meal, your favorite meal, or to, treat yourself out to one. And if those means aren't available, then to, like I was talking about earlier, imagine that meal. I was When I drive, I get these downloads of prayers and songs and music. And I was thinking of a friend today. She's been so generous, and at the same time, she was sending me a donation. It's really wild because it doesn't have to have anything to do with money. It's just the giving, and it doesn't have to be actual giving. You can feel that giving and love in your heart, and that's what's going to show up in your world. And I want to tell you the story really quickly if you haven't heard it. There was a warden in a prison who wanted to make the prison more loving. And so he did an experiment and took 7 files, and he didn't know who they were. He didn't look at the pictures, and he didn't know who the names were. And every day he prayed that Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I forgive you. Thank you. I'm sorry. And in 30 days, the prisoners had gone from destructive behavior to loving behavior. So it doesn't matter who you're praying for, yourself or others. It's the love inside that matters. I'm so grateful for this reading. It's so, so, so beautiful. And so next in the center, we have this. Yeah, it feels like some kind of message is coming through. It's passionate. All I can see is a clear, passionate message coming in quickly. That's what I see with that card. And a new world. You're stepping into a new world, and you're going out on a new adventure into divine love and light with very little. You're carrying very little on your back because you don't need anything. Why? Because you're walking with God. You are stepping out of your old world, the world of sorrow and suffering, and you're stepping into a world where God is lighting up your path. And let that be your prayer. God, light up the path you would have me take. Light up the faces of the people you want me to um, connect with. Light up the things you want me to be a part of. Light up my path with divine light and love. I'll just follow that light. I'll just follow the light that you provide. I'm not going to have to try to get or do or make anything happen. I'm just going to follow that light. Let's get some clarifiers on this beautiful reading. It's like, something inside has changed in you. And so the form world is changing. It's almost like the entire past is being wiped. I mean, I'm telling you guys that you're walking into a new beginning. You can't really, the cards don't lie. You're coming into, this is the world. You're coming into a new world, setting out on a new adventure as a youngin again, like with a new mind, like with a tabula rasa state of mind, and just, willing to be shown. What's the difference between a master and a teacher? A master knows, I'm sorry, a master and a student. A master wakes up every day knowing he's a student. You can't learn anything new if you think you already know. You can't have a new world if you think that the old one is all there is. You have to wipe the mind and let God put in it something new rather than the old programs of beliefs that circle and circle saying, I shouldn't do this. I'm not good enough. Oh, they're not going to like me. They're going to judge me. Oh, they're going to think I'm ridiculous. No, no, no. There is no they. And your brother will be to you what you believe he will be. So let's get some clarifiers. We got the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. The King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords again, your energy. So I think there's a message of passion and clarity coming to you. And I think you're giving one out too. Passion is that red. You're getting on this motorcycle and going towards love, and some kind of love is coming towards you. Yeah, it's good. So with these two cards that I was clarifying, just kind of like a balance of coming into this, letting go of the lack and poverty mind, coming into the abundance mind. That's what these cards represent, the spirit and the material and the spiritual world coming into alignment so that there's abundance, because we are abundant beings. We were born with everything. We're limitless and free. That's our true identity. But it doesn't feel that way when we identify with a body in a world where there's suffering and dying. So if we can just overlook the physical world and first put the spirit out front, that's who we are. That's what we are. Pure love, pure divine light, everlasting love and light. We are eternal. If that can be our first focus, then it's going to reflect abundance in the world we're living in. And that is the secret to everything. What you see on the outside, what you experience in the world is what is going on the inside. And trust me, I know. And we have to walk through it. No one can do it for us. And it's not easy. I mean, I can feel the tears welling up just by saying that, and from what my life has been, what I've been through in my life, and just the gratitude for coming on the other side. To clarify that, you got the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is perceiving ourselves as bound, but in reality, we're not bound at all. We just have to take the blindfold off and walk away. And here you have walked away and you have communed with God in love, because this is the dove of peace. The 9 of Pentacles says that you're independent of any need and attachment to the world, and you're dependent on God alone, God within you. So God as you, God is, the spirit is doing life through you now. When you identify with a girl in the world, you feel trapped and bound, or boy. And to clarify this, I'll just show you. These two cards are the same. They just have different pictures. The Knight of Swords. And clarifying them are the Lovers and the 10 of Pentacles. Family, grandpa, grandma, pets, children, and this pentacle represents generational wealth and love. That's the messages that are coming in for you. And it's a choice. You remember, I choose the joy of God instead of pain. So you're choosing love and family, friendship, and you're choosing to pass that down to the family you have and the family that will come after you. It's the message that you're giving to yourself and to others now, and what you're receiving. And those messages start in our mind, and you're being asked to shift into the feeling of warmth and so much love in your heart and gratitude. And your world is going to change into lovers and family and generational wealth. That is the message. King of Cups is coming in to clarify this world. So you're stepping in a new world where you are balanced in your emotions, where it doesn't matter if there's a tsunami of drama around you. You are in still waters in your mind. Everything is mind, and everything starts in the mind. And that is where you are at peace, my friend. That is the shift. That is what you're coming into. With the Fool, you got the 8 or 7, 8 of Pentacles. So as you walk into this new adventure, you're going to be choosing. The 8 of Pentacles means you're really talented at something and you're working hard at it. So what's your gift as you walk into this new world? They're saying that the gift you have is to be the presence of love and to accept your worthiness. That way you can be used. You've been through so much. And now the Spirit is ready to turn that suffering and pain into wisdom and maturity and service. And by service, I mean using that pain to help others come out of theirs by having an open mind and showing up every day and asking God to light up that path so you can follow it and give your love away. That's really your function, is to give your love away. Give love away, give love. It'll be okay. Give love away. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. All right, so I have one last deck here, and I would love to read. We'll see what comes out. Read what it says. All right. Oh my goodness, a leg up. You're being asked to receive support. This is a baby letting his mom help him get up. You know, he's getting on top of the mama bear, and she's gonna carry him because he's too tired to walk. A leg up. It's time to let yourself be. It's time to receive. It's time to receive. And so you're going to allow yourself to be helped. It could look like receiving messages from the Spirit, but you're not alone anymore. And acknowledge that within your mind and with the Spirit. Spirit, it's your job to convince me that I'm not alone and that there's help and I can receive it. Thinker. So it's really important right now to spend a lot of time in contemplation and meditation and prayer, just allowing the thoughts of God to come into the mind by stilling the mind into quietness. Fork in the road. So if you have the question of which way to go, they're just saying, stand still. You'll be moved. Your way will be different. interestingly enough, you've got time to go. So, it does go with this Fool card. You're going to the light. We think we're afraid of the fear, whatever it is we're fearing, but we're really afraid of love. We're not really afraid of fear. We're really afraid of love. So I can tell you, as someone who has recently faced her biggest fears in the whole wide world, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. There is, once I got, I mean, I didn't do what I feared the most. It just happened because I couldn't do it. I did do it, but nothing that I was afraid of was even there. It was an illusion. False evidence appearing real. And so underneath the deck, you got Observer, but the last card I'm going to pull is the Fates. I'll read you that one. It's a good one. Underneath is the Observer. So you are being asked to judge not. Wait, where's my underneath card? Here it is, the Observer. So you're just being asked to watch the world without judgment and let it tell you what it is. It's such a different world when you stop judging it, judging people and things as good or bad. Like, oh, my plane got delayed. How do you know you were supposed to get on that plane? Oh, the weather's bad, so I can't drive today. How do you know you're not supposed? I mean, going with the flow, there's so many miracles that, trust me, it's all in the surrender. Everything that you think you want that you don't get is for your own good, and vice versa. It's just, yeah, just let it. Let everything just be what it is. Let everyone just be what they are. Let all things be exactly the way they are. And it's a whole new world. And you're walking into it. So whatever I'm saying is within you and ready to um, be made known to you. You're ready for it. You're ready. Okay, I was gonna read a card. Let me find it. I don't know why I'm just throwing all my cards around. Oh, it was the Fates. That's the one I want to read. I don't know where I put it, but I know which one it was. The Fates. So let's read that. I guess I have to find it to look up the number. And I'm okay if I can't find this card, then I'm not supposed to read it. Time to go. Observer. Wonder where I put everything, huh? Should I be embarrassed on camera? Hell to the no. All right, so I'm not going to read it. So, and there's a reason. And I guess oh, here it is. Ha ha. So I was going to just let it go and channel a message because that's how simple it is to go with the flow. And I wanted to give you an example of that, but I'll read it because it's number 17, which is a big number for me. That's a big number for me. And I was just talking to someone about it. So it's number 17. It's the Fates, and I'm going to read you the message. Essential meaning, karma, fate, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Oracle's message. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And this is what I was just talking about. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose that you can't understand in this lifetime. It may not be in the cards to understand why certain things happen, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. That's so funny. That's why I didn't have to read this card because I was just saying to, accept what is. That, yeah, I didn't need to read it. So I shouldn't even have looked that long for the card because it's just a learning. And I feel like I'm hearing the message that you've done so well with everything. And now you need to trust yourself. That's all that's missing. And that has a lot to do with that has a lot to do with believing in your self-worth. So that's the work. When you identify as a child of God, you know you're worthy. So just remember that. And yeah, do whatever is going to allow that love to well up inside your heart. That's going to bring everything to you. Okay, so I pulled one name from last week where I had you all put a star, and Myrna Smith was the chosen viewer. So let's see what wants to come out for you, Myrna. Let's see what happens. Oh, I thought something fell. Oh my God, the Fool just flew upside down. This is a new beginning. All the cards that came out while I was pre-shuffling were like a wish come true or divine download. So there's something I feel something very spiritual happening for you. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Swords. So it's just, you are at a new beginning. You're about to jump off that precipice into a whole new world, a whole new dimension. But, you know, you're still preparing through rest and receiving the downloads that I saw in the pre-shuffle. So just give it a minute, Myrna, give it a minute and continue with prayer and rest, because this is what is ahead of you. This is what you're being primed for. This beautiful new beginning, zero from a very, very new beginning. You're about to leap into a new dimension of love. That yellow dress says it all. Sunshine, divine intelligence, divine intervention, divine devotion. There you go. Okay, so for the next reading, you all, let's put in the comments, and I'll pick a viewer to pull a card for. Let's put in the comments the moon. Full moon, half moon, whole moon, whatever you want. Any kind of moon, or you can type the word moon. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. And it feels like the darkest of nights, but you're not alone.